over here. We got some canes over here. There go some canes over
Relax
here.
and take notes while I step in, ain't no question. I've been reppin', see my squad ballin', that's a blessing. I'm texting with my homies from that West End Zone crew. Say they taking shots, told me roll through. I told you about that orange and green. We click tight, big bites, we destroy your team. Make the world view our games like a horror scene. Stuff opponents in a can like Goya beans. I mean, representing for the team, let us hit it out. You can't get connected with us, shake your signal. Infamous with that swag, it's original. The copycats could copy that, but we go get some more. No gay, no Seminole. We let it stay, but in this state we is the general. Coral Gables around the world, we don't have a limit. We read that you from the streets to the academics. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up, how we do our thing over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up, how we do our thing over here.
All we do please is the hurricanes. You ain't got that work, you can't serve the canes. I know you been watching, we been hurting things. Where that crown at, homie, we them dirty canes. We gon' get that title, what that purdy ring. Gotta turn over chain for every team. Green and orange on my back, get a foreigner's back. I'm scoring while you roaring like a lion getting shot. ¿Qué pasó, papi? Tú no puedes conmigo. Argentino de principio, huracán en mi equipo. Got that passion like Sebastian when I'm rapping, that's a fact. Got that 7-6 jersey for the legend, one sap, yeah.
Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up, how we do our thing over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up, how we do our thing over here.
We got some canes over here and we bout that. Solo D and them ballin' boys, yo, we got that. No good chillin' in the cut, hard rock pack. And if you hatin' on them canes, better stack. It's the state of the MIA. The U is back, what them haters gotta say. Them hurricanes, we be ballin' all day. Turn over chain, got the people going crazy.
No whoop whoop, it's the sign, so you know who it is. They counting finals ballin' like the U up in here. Gold teeth, grillin', chillin', Solo D, what it is. We got the turn up chain, gang up in here. Cause it's a UM thing, orange and green is the gear. We coming to you HD, so it's crystal clear. Now put them U's in the sky, don't stand and chill. And let them know if they don't know we got some canes up in here.
Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up, how we do our thing over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up, how we do our thing over here.
Canes, we be ballin' all day. Canes, we be ballin' all day. Canes, we be ballin' all day. Them hurricanes, we be ballin' all day.
Who that?
So low, so low, so low, G. So low, so low, so low, G.
Yeah, we about to go live.
You ain't slow down.
Act like you got them skate. 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 Go live, I'm finna go live. 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 Go live, I'm finna go live.
What's up? What's up, Kane family, man? We back in the building, man, for another great episode of Kane Talk Live and Coach Hayes Football. Big shout out to Solo D. Also, big shout out to our sponsor for the day, Mr. Alex Tabio from Certified Home Loans, who sponsored the show for the day. Excellent dude when it comes to anything financing homes. Make sure you check him out. Phone number is 305-205-1697. Other information so far as email is in the description. Let me get a thumbs up from my producer in the building. Look at that. Look at that. She already in the building. Ellen, the producer, first lady through the smoke, is already throwing the thumbs up. Let me know everything looks good, sounds good. So we ready to rock and roll. Currently have 26 in the chat. And we got a lot to talk about, man. But I'm gonna say this. Let me say this part first. As you see right here, 20K by 2022. That's their goal. We're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers by 2022. We just short of 16,000 right now, so we got to get 4,000. That's a lot to go, really, like in about 2 months, man. So we got a lot to go and a little bit of time to do it. So I need you to pass the thing on, get your coworkers, hit the subscribe button, everything else. But anyway, big shout out to my co-host in the building, V12. Talk to us, man. How you feeling, man? I see you got the beautiful scenery, the beautiful backdrop back there, man. Talk to me.
Yeah, I thought I'd just show the people down in South Florida. We call this fall up here up north. You know, I'm a Florida boy, but I like to change the seasons, coach. You know, so the leaves coming down. I got my nice little day. I'm outside. It's a beautiful day, man. Pumpkin patch day. If you're up this way, hey, shout out to all. Hey, the city is blazing in DC. Shout out to all the HU alum. You can catch me in DC at Howard Homecoming. Hey, the city is on fire. So shout out to all the HBCU alumni in general, but also, hey, it's HU, and I ain't talking about Hampton either. Shout out, big shout out to Howard, man.
Hold up, dog. You ain't gonna just slap that dude, man. Come on, man. Stop talking about my beloved HU, man. The real Hampton University. Hold up, man. Hold up. I got something for you, dog. You talking that trash.
Coach. Let me see the pirate, coach.
You talking that trash, dog.
I see.
You see it?
I
know you see it. I know you see it. It's like bang, bang. What's going on? Come on, dog. I might do the whole show just like this, man. Y'all stop playing with these pirates, man. Y'all stop playing with these pirates. But anyway, you know. Big shout out to you, man. Let me go through a couple of these comments. We're going to get this thing rolling, man. Alan Hardemon says, hey, what's up, coach? I honestly don't know about this game today. I just want to see our young men be great out there. Go Canes. I love it, man. Ellen says the same thing. I'm with you, Alan. Ellen, the producer. I also want to see TVD does after trolling them. Hey, TVD has some remarks in the building, so we're going to get into that, too, in a second. Also, Coke, dog, what's up, man? Big part of our fantasy league, man. I'm looking kind of good right now. in the fantasy. But he says, at Haitian Ellen, I think TVD might have wrote a check that is can't cash. Laugh aloud, but we'll see. We're going to find. I'm going to skip through some of these because y'all rolling, man. Currently 40 in the chat. Appreciate it. Right here, Boo Water said V12. They say Howard ain't upgrade them dorms since you left.
Hey, listen now. Listen. I give the shout out. I didn't go there. I give the shout out. Hey, but hey, Howard working on it. They working on it though. Hey, HUA, they working on it. You know what I mean? Give them a chance. But hey, go to the city today. You're gonna see how they do it. They packing the stadiums out, and it's gonna be live tonight or today. Let's go.
Vidose in the building, Young Flame. Got a shout out to you. All right, here we go. So let's talk about this, man. Right, I'm not even go back to UNC game. We talked about it, and we did the whole thing. Let's look a little forward here, man. I'm not even going to talk about, man. If you really want to know the truth, I'll open up the phone line. The people want to talk about it, I'll talk about it. But that's not one of the topics of the day. What I want to talk about is this contest today between the North Carolina State Wolfpack versus the University of Miami Hurricanes. What are your thoughts on today? North Carolina State, again, last year played us tough. We were in a shootout. I think it was 45-42 last year, and they have actually gotten better. Okay, they've actually gotten better. They're 5-1 right now. We're 2-4. So they've actually built on their season from last year, and we've actually regressed from last year. What are your just quick thoughts when you say, okay, dog, Miami's playing North Carolina? What are the first things come to your mind?
I think North Carolina, NC State is an overrated 18. I mean, I think that, to be honest with you, we are definitely evenly matched with North Carolina. I mean, they're not putting up extraordinary numbers in the ACC. So I think this is a winnable game for the U.
Yeah, you know what? My heart of hearts, people been asking me, well, how you feel, Cole? What you think? I think we're going to sneak this one, dog.
Yeah, right? I think we could.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think we can sneak this one by. You know what I mean? In a sense. But North Carolina playing tough. Now, I might have to eat my words in the post game. We'll definitely find out. Hopefully not, man. But it's a lot to be said for this game right here. They back playing at the Hard Rock, if I'm not mistaken. So they're playing at the Hard Rock, man. And it's going to be interesting to find out what the stands look like. Again, we are not here to support Manny Diaz. We are here to support the young men on the field. Because even when we get a new coach, they're gonna be the same players. It ain't like he come in with a bunch of new players. So we got to still show our support. One thing we can't be is fair weather fans. I'm actually looking at the Florida State game right now. Right, they got the same record, same record we have. Right, but they're starting to build off of it. They're starting to show, right? They're starting to find, okay, this is what we do well. Our running game is what we do well. Let's start maximizing that. I'm looking at the stands, they rocking. And they playing UMass, the Minutemen. The Minutemen, dog. You understand? And they whooping them 38-3. So all I'm saying is we have to support these young men. We can't get caught up in the emotion. I think one thing about Miami fans, we're very emotional, right? You know, if something ain't right, we want to take our ball and go home with it instead of stick here and stick out with our guys. But anyhow, what would be some of your takes from the game before I open up the phone lines here, what people got to say? What do you think Miami has to do, let's say offensively, in order to solidify this win today?
We have to start off strong. Obviously, we can't go down, you know, and not cash in on these drives. I think lastly, and we said it's like a recurring theme. He has to definitely get in his groove early and open up the offense. Now everyone has been clamoring for Knighton, so Knighton is here. He's now the starter. It's funny. We were clamoring for Knighton. Now we get Knighton. We were clamoring for somewhat TBD. Now we get these guys. So they have to produce. Also, let's get the receivers in the ball game early. Charleston Rambo, let's get him started early, and let's get Smith started early. I think it can be done, but we can't get behind. What I don't like about UM, we always playing from behind most of the time. If we can build, then I think we can go from there. So I think the offense, TBD has to be the man. He has to continue to get better. Now this is his team, you know, and you guys spoke about it earlier. He said a lot of things about NC State last year, that game last year. This time he is the man. So let's see how he produces.
Yeah, like you say, my man right here, Jay Room says TVD was talking kind of spicy. I'm trying to see this. And one thing about it, we from the crib. If you talk it, you got to back it. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's what it is. Hey, big shout out to Coach. Time we both 3-4. He talking about our fantasy league. But I ain't going to be 3-4 after the day, homeboy. I promise you that. All right? I'll be 4-4. I'm batting 500. All right. So anyway, let me see here. We got a couple of people here. Oh, glad he brought this up. Coach Dawson says Kansas finna beat Oklahoma. There's some upset alerts out here right now. Navy, right? Because we talked about, we can say what we want to say about wins and losses. And I know we're talking about North Carolina State, but hold on, I want to go back into some college football. We could talk about what we want to say, but it's real political. You notice Alabama is ranked number 4 now all of a sudden, right? Alabama's ranked 4, and you mess around and Navy play it close against Cincinnati, and they may push them down just because Navy is 1-5, right? Because what they're going to try and do is structure it where Alabama plays Georgia. And how do you do that, right? You keep them at 4, right? Because 1-3, 2-4 plays. I'm telling you, but if Oklahoma loses, it's going to throw a wrinkle in their thing, man. I'm telling you, man, this stuff is real political because what you want to do is you don't want technically the championship game to be in the first round of the playoff. You don't want Georgia, Alabama in the first round. You want to see that in the championship game, right? The two big dogs in it, and it'll be a rematch from previous years. But yeah, man, stay tuned to these games, man. Trust me, it's some upset. And Michigan ranked number 5 right now. They knocking on the door to get in if somebody lose. What does that say? Woo. What does that say, man? How you feel about that? You think anybody might get upset today?
Yeah, NC State, they getting upset today. Number 18 goes down.
Yeah, he said, what else is new? What else is there doing in Tallahassee? Nothing. That's why the stadium is packed. I understand that. But also, guess what? We also outrank them with, people per capita, right? So we still should be able to fill up the stands if we are fans. You understand? So I understand there's nothing else to do. But guess what? If you are a Miami Hurricane fan, that is part of your agenda of something to do on a Saturday. So I totally get that. And I understand what people say there's nothing else to do. I get that. But guess what? Them people can sit home on the couch instead of go out there and support their team. They can support them from the crib, but they still decide to go out, right? But we got to do the same thing, man. So anyhow, let me see. This is true 305 Kane Rep. This is a very unorthodox season. It's been you talk about a roller coaster ride. Nobody's safe. This is like Game of Thrones around here. Well, ain't nobody safe. Who you think in charge today is getting beat tomorrow. You understand? So definitely speaking on that behalf. Let's jump back to North Carolina State. What I think offensively needs to happen, and I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, Rhett Lashley has to be creative with the offense. You can't line up and play this inside-outside zone run play. Why? I looked at North Carolina State. They run a 30 front, meaning the 3-down linemen. Primarily, they are multiple front, but they primarily run 3-down linemen, and they're bringing linebackers from all over the place. And as we know, historically, Miami's had problems with picking up blitzing and passing off blocking. That's going to create a problem for us, right? That's going to create a problem for us. But one thing about the 30 front, if you can get a push and you can get those guys onto the next level, those linebackers get caught up in the wash. And when they get caught up in the wash, a cat like Rooster, who got cat quickness, a cat like Rooster, you get it? But a guy like Rooster who's got that cat quickness, right, and that quick twitch, he can find ways to get in and out of there. But if it gets on top of him too fast, he'll be in trouble. So we definitely have to do that. Again, back to the gap scheme, the powers, the counters, wham, but all those type of things. We got to incorporate those kind of things in this game in order to win. And we have to be creative with our play calling. We can't just line up, play people, and beat them. It's not going to go like that. Let's flip it now to V12, to the defensive side of the ball. What do we have to do defensively in order to slow down Leary, who's the quarterback, who's, I think, about 1,500 yards this season so far, passing the ball?
Yeah, we're going to have to let those young guys, number one, let those hungry young players start. And from what I understand, Avante Williams are supposed to be in the lineup today, and hopefully they're able to give him some burn on the defensive side. We definitely need our corners. It's going to be, Kinchin and also, the safety Williams. They're going to have to step up because they really, really have some really big receivers. North Carolina State do. I mean, I think they're like 6'3" and 6'4", and they can catch the ball. And they also have a slot receiver who's pretty good, Thomas, and he's their leading receiver. So, I mean, it's going to be a long day for the secondary. The secondary is going to have to cover well, but also we're going to go back to what we've been saying all season. We have to get down and back to the fundamentals. That's tackling, and that's gang tackling and being around the football. I heard the other day that I think Bubba has missed 7 or 8 tackles or 9 tackles this season already, and that's kind of one of the highest tackle ratios on the team. I mean, that can't happen for your safety. You know what I mean? So the defense, we have to be able to match up with the receivers pretty well, and fundamentally, just tackle, get the ball, the player on the ground, and let's go to another play.
Yeah, it's funny. Excuse me. Poisonous Dart says, I don't trust Mallory blocking for our backs. Too many yards lost running behind him. I agree. I still don't understand how Arroyo is not getting any more play than he is, right? Because we see him whiffing these blocks, man. I mean, like, he just, maybe that's not his forte. I get it, but if that is the scheme and that's part of it, take him out and put in these guys that want to do it at that point, right? I'm at the point right now, sometimes we disguise stuff so much, we end up fooling ourselves. You know what I mean? And when I say disguise stuff, meaning like, oh, we don't want to give a tell that, well, if we bring Arroyo in, we're going to run the ball. Well, that young man can catch too. I did his highlight film. I've seen him catch the ball too. I've seen him catch the ball here. So we definitely got to make that happen. Matter of fact, here we go. D Nice just said Arroyo actually appears to be a better blocker. Yeah, he wants to get in there and mix it up. You understand? So Liberty City Boy says Rooster is a fumble. I love the little emoji. Rooster is a fumbler. Watch him. We're going to find out. I know he has fumbled the ball and stuff like that, but that's what you get when you get these high, fast twitch kind of guys. They try to make plays instead of really securing the ball. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure what Cam's deal. I think if I heard correct, he tore ACL, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. I thought it was something with his hand, but it ended up being his leg or his knee. So I'm not sure he's out. So we actually down to our 3rd, 4th, and 5th string running back. So will we see a heavy dose of Cody Brown and Thad Franklin? I don't know. What do you think, V12, so far as the running game? Who do you think we'll see? We know we're going to see Rooster, but he got to get a break, right? So they get that drive. They got to bring another guy in. Will it be Thad Franklin or would it be Cody Brown, in your opinion?
It's going to have to be both of them. They both played. What game was that? What they both played a couple games ago. They both
Central
played.
Connecticut State.
Yes, Central Connecticut State. They both. But here's the thing. It was really good that they did play in that game, because now they're going to be called upon to possibly play in this game as well. And we know we're going to need all three backs running back by committee in order to be successful today. So we're going to see. But I think it'll probably be Franklin and Rooster, and then Cody will come in to relieve them too.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm kind of torn because last week Cody came in first over Thad. So maybe, and Cody, he's the one who got the touchdown, kept churning his legs. So maybe he does get that push. I've heard that Thad Franklin's not a great practice player, but game time, he ready to rock and roll. So we're going to find out, man. We'll see. And again, it's all on the flow of the game, how it's looking, what's going on. A lot of those things make differences, if you understand what I'm saying, how it's feeling. But we'll find out definitely. Hold on, we got an upset alert. Kansas is up 17-14 over Oklahoma. They just scored. I'm telling you, y'all playing around with Kansas. And remember, Oklahoma, they in a quarterback deal going on, right? You had the young man who was the Heisman hopeful and Spencer Rattler, and then the young guy, Caleb Williams from D.C., from right there, Gonzaga, right out of your area, man. Matter of fact, we're right in the same. I think the school is right tied to the area in which you work.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, man. So that's a big deal. He came in, he put some fire on them, and Spencer Rattler sitting on the bench. So we're gonna find out real quick, man. I can't wait to see what that does, how that shakes things up. But anyhow, let's talk a little defensively, and then we're gonna go ahead and open up the phone lines from the defensive standpoint. And I think I asked this, but what do we have to do in order to beat a North Carolina? Like I said, with Leary is the quarterback that's been kind of lighting it up for about 1,500 yards.
It's on you, Coach. Yeah, like I said, we just got to tackle better. To be honest, that's the first thing. And again, like I said, we have to have our corners need to play well, because they have really, really physical receivers. I think his name is McKenzie. And we also have the slot receiver, who's pretty good as well, the leading receiver on the team. So we have to play an all-around defensive game for this thing to even be close. But I think it can get done, and we'll see what happens. Play the young guys, let Williams get in, and let's see what happens. You got to let them loose. You won't have anything to lose at this particular point in time.
Yeah, I agree. I think we need to create pressure, right? I know we like to blitz, but there's different ways to create pressure besides just blitzing guys. And if I see that same raggedy, they call it a TE stunt, right? The tackle in stunt. There are different ways to blitz one guy and create other stunts within there to create pressure in that deal. So we definitely have to see how they're going to do that. We do get caught up in a mix between zone and man defense, right? I think Oklahoma, I'm looking at the game. I think North Carolina State does a good job getting the ball out early. They quick pass game, and they RPO us to death. So the deal is, if you're in zone and that RPO moves you out the way, he does a good job. The receiver and quarterback on great chemistry with replacing the guys in which they move out the way. So, for example, if they zone that guy here and it forces that linebacker to respect it, that receiver does a good job replacing him, and Leary does a good job of getting the ball out. That's what I see so far as I watch it. All right. Not really too many deep field shots, but they methodically move the ball down the field and incorporate the running game as well. I do not want to see a safety blitz. Lord, if I see Bubba Bolden blitzing from 30 yards deep again, I don't want to see it. Let's talk about the hot guy on the defense, right? The big name, James Williams. James Williams is a safety. I don't know his weight now, 6'5", 240. I'll just call it that. Has made an impact on the defense. I have to say that, right? I think he solidified his spot. But I will say this about Miami's defense. They have created a spot for him. And let me explain what I mean by that. And tell me if you agree or disagree in the chat, guys, as well as UV12. If you notice, he is a safety, but he's playing almost as a Mike linebacker, right? Literally. He's down. You don't see him in coverage. You don't see him covering guys down the field. You don't even see him down the field. He's blitzing. He's playing that low hole area right in the middle of the field. Is that something that you see as well?
I think he's definitely he's going to be like a Swiss Army knife. He's going to be all over that defense. So right now, he's playing a little closer to the line of scrimmage. But yeah, you also, when you take a look at him, they have him kind of moving around a lot more than a normal player in a quote unquote safety position.
Yeah, and like I said, he comes up, he plays. He's a fiery dude, and this is what I say. I don't know whose show I was on, man, but I had fun doing other people's shows too. I love the intensity, right? But here's the fact. He can't be intense in another guy's face. I know that lineman 75 ran up in his face when he was in the end zone. I get it. But again, because you still branded with that U on the side of your helmet, we still had a stigma. And so what he has to do is have control chaos. He can be fiery with his own guys. That's part of the rule. You can celebrate with your teammates. You can't single yourself out and be a solo celebrator, or you can't do it in the face of others. Another thing I want to see, God, can we make a good tackle? Please stop standing over these dudes. Those are very easy ways to get penalties or drive killers or drive extenders, actually, for the offense. You know what I mean? Let's be smart about this deal. We still got that brand on us. We still branded with that U. So people are expecting that out of us. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's something we definitely have to change. We have to check. I want to say this. You brought up tackling. I know in my heart of hearts, and I'm going to say this from the coach fraternity, ain't nobody teaching shoulder checking. They're teaching wrapping up. Now, what Manny Diaz and his staff has to do is put that under check. We need to be able to see. We need to be able to see good, solid tackles. And I'm going to tell you what I brought up. Big shout out to Miami Flo in the building. What's up with you, man? I don't know if you guys have seen on that Kane Freak 2001 where he shows all the old games and stuff. Y'all check those out. I'm watching them. These are the Andre Johnson years, the Dorsey, so forth. I'm just watching. I'm doing some other work, but I got it on the other screen. I seen Miami making some same mistakes because that's football. But how did they erase those mistakes? By getting to the football. Bro, I seen McDougal smash a dude 14 to 16 yards down the field. He was a defensive lineman, bro. You erase mistakes by getting to the football, and that's something I think we lack, getting to the football. What I'm saying is, as a coach in the coaching room, you always say, by the end of this play, you better be on the screen, or I'm going to mark it down as a loaf. Meaning, if you're not on the picture frame by the time the time this play ends, you were loafing to the ball. I'm not saying you had to be in the tackle. You could have been the backside defensive end. They threw it 40 yards down the field, but you should be trying to get to the ball. That's just effort. And that's something I think there are other problems with our defense, but that's the biggest thing I think we're lacking, getting to the football. I see too many guys, once it passes them, they throttle it down. Oh, my homeboy going to make the tackle. Nah, you got to get to the ball. So that's where it is. Any final thoughts before we get into this phone lines here, V12? If I open it up, we're already at the 30-minute mark.
Yeah, you spoke about it's gang tackling. It's hustle. You know, it's like it was one play where one of the guys thought the man was down, and they're just watching. You know, everybody let's make a solid tackle, hop up, and let's get to the next play. So you gang tackling, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Right here, Flatbread Shad says Merriweather talked about how Randy told him he want 9 guys to the ball. And I tell you my philosophy, right? It is something simple, but you put it in. If you can make things visualize, if you can visualize things to players, they can see it a lot easier. So, for example, I said this before in the show, and I used to tell the players, on the very first play of the game, if 11 dudes hit that running back, he gets the ball, 11 dudes hit him, he's been hit 11 times. By play 3, he's been hit 33 times. By play 4, he's been hit 44 times. You see what I'm saying? That's the mentality you have to get to it. You have to get to that type of mentality that you want to get in there and get a piece of them. I don't care what it is. Now, I'm not saying coming in late hit, but you're trying to visualize and say, dang, you're right, coach. Who by the third play of the game, he been hit 33 times? That's tough. And that's the kind of mentality you have to instill in your players, man. So that's huge. We opening up the phone lines right now. I want to hear people. I want to hear what you got to say. Right? I know y'all want to fire Manny Diaz. I get it. I totally understand. But let's talk about this game coming up. Right now, while we're waiting on that, I'll talk about some stats. Right now, the current predicted score is 38-21, North Carolina State over Miami. So 38-21 right now. This is based on Odd Shark. Matter of fact, I need a promo for that Odd Shark. Y'all stop playing with your boy. All right. So 38-21. So they're basically saying we getting beat by 2 touchdowns. But y'all ain't playing around. Y'all got the phone calls coming in already. All right, 786 area code. Talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Yeah, what's up, man? It's your boy, Young Flame, calling from Exit 1, Florida City, man.
So Young Flame.
I'm sorry, I missed it. Talk to me. I'm sorry, I missed it.
This your boy, Young Flame, calling from Exit 1, Florida City.
All right, Exit 1, Young Flame. Talk to us, man. What's your thoughts on this game today, man?
Well, my thoughts on this game today is the same thoughts I had for the last 2 games we had, which is North Carolina and Virginia. I know everybody got something to say about our defense. I understand we can't tackle. But in those last 2 games, our defense really did hold their own in certain parts that we needed them to. But Tyler didn't make the plays on offense that we needed them to further pursue on our drive. And I say again today, I believe our defense is going to hold their own. We just need Tyler and the offense and our receivers to make those critical plays, those explosive plays that we love to see.
All right, so let me ask you this, just kind of rebut that a little bit. So you say our defense didn't play well. Our defense played well, but Tyler Van Dyke didn't do it. Do you think?
I ain't gonna say they played well. They played better than I thought they would have played, and I thought we would have had more mistakes and stuff like that. But they did get tackles in situations that I really wanted them to get those tackles. Like what his name is, Stevenson. That's originally from Dade County anyway. That went to Georgia and came back. I like him. I like Williams. You know what I mean? I like. I want to say, Ivy ain't. I don't like Ivy at the position. I think they need to whatever because he's not really making a lot of plays. Like he's not. You know what I mean? He's not there. You're not. Oh, Ivy with the tackle. You're not hearing that a lot. So I don't see why they still have him in. But I guess for the experience or whatever. But I don't know.
We'll find out. V12, anything in response to that?
No, I get what he's saying, because if you take a look at how the game flows, sometimes there are points and times in the game where the defense, they do hold their own. I would agree with that. Even if we're missing tackles, they will hold their own. But sometimes the offense giving the ball back too quickly and sending the defense back. So the defense, basically, they're not getting any time on the bench to get a rest. And I agree with that. Field position and the offense, we're not extending drive. So that's a great point that he made, and that's a great observation. In a couple of the games, we were in it. You know, we should have been blown out, maybe like 28-7 in some of these games. But the defense, they held their own until the offense kind of got started, and then they start to relinquish some points. So to be honest with you, I agree from that aspect that the defense, they do keep us in games sometimes in the beginning, and then the offense don't really give them a lot of assistance. And so they're spending more snaps on the field than off the field, put it that way.
All right, man. I appreciate you, Young Flame, man. Thank you for always being there. I always see you in the comments and stuff, man. So thank you. I really appreciate you, man.
Shout out, Young Flame.
No problem, man. You already know, man. Woo, woo. It's some chains over here.
There we go. There we go.
All day, man. Appreciate it.
All day. Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, man. Great call right there by Young Flame, man, in the building. But they say he made some valid points talking about it. A lot of people don't take an account of what I call a pitch count, right? Meaning how many plays on the field the defense is versus the offense. Again, I look at this and I look at other teams and I look at lesser teams, and I was talking to somebody about gap scheme. I know I talk about this crazy. But offensively, we can do it. When Rooster actually broke that long run for about 10 yards, it was a gap scheme play. We never went back to it. Never went back to it. Yeah. I don't. Anyway, that's that, man. You guys are more than welcome to call in. We got 120 in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Again, the goal is to get 20K by 2022. So we're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers by 2022 right now. So, again, North Carolina comes into Hard Rock Stadium. We're going to find out exactly what they're going to be made of and see what it is, man. I know they got a good safety over there. And the young man, I opportunity to coach against, man, and Tanner Ingle, number 10. He a tough cat, man. Not a big dude, but he a tough cat. But anyhow, like I say, give us a call. Let us know what you're thinking right now. But let me go back to what I was saying before that call came in. So right now, the prediction is 38-21 points right now, but the line is 3.5. All right, so the line is 3.5 points. Over and under is 54 points. That's huge right there, man. So they're basically saying that, look, they're gonna give up some points. We're gonna give up some points. Who can kind of shoot it out at 3.5 points? They're basically saying, well, you're not gonna win by a field goal in this thing. You better have more points than that. So we'll see. Let me look at the rankings right now. I'm trying to see the rankings because I know we were really low. Oh, here we go. We were really low on the rankings. So we are 100 offensive. Our offense, and it's funny I say this because it brings up a valid point of what Yet Flame was just saying. We are ranked 127th with time on the field by our Miami offense. 127th. That means we 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. That's what that is saying. That's tough right there.
It's extremely
That's
tough.
tough.
Yeah, I mean, we can't sustain the drive, and when we do, it's almost it's the defense is they're blocking. It's like a boxer. Someone mentioned Sugar Ray Leonard. We blocking. By the time that we throwing the punch, we tired. You know what I mean? So the defense, the offense has to help. They have to be able to have some continuity on the field. It's different if you're going 3-play touchdown because that touchdown or that invigorates the defense. We're scoring on 3 plays, but to go 3 and out, and then in the time of possession, and also if it wasn't for Headley, the field position would be a lot worse. But there are times where we're not gaining 6-7 yards of drive, and we putting back, and they're getting the ball on their 30-yard line, their 35-yard line, and put the defense in a bad position. Yeah, definitely, man. Like I say, phone line is open. You guys are more than welcome to call. It is 321-328-8235. Go ahead and give us a call. Let us know your thoughts on the game. And here's what I'm starting to realize. Again, I'm going to go back to fans when I talk about fans. We're not looking so hot. So now we start falling off. And this is what I'm trying to say. This is an integral part in the fan base where teams are successful, right? I mean, we could go back to the benchmark of Alabama. I remember when Nick Saban fussed out the student section for leaving games early. This man in the press conference took time to fuss out their own student section for leaving games early. I don't care if we up 45-3. I don't care if we beat somebody 56-10. You don't leave early. Support these guys. And that's what we have to do. See, we want our cake and eat it too. We want to say, okay, we're not going to go to the game because they suck. Well, we saying we got the talent. We saying we got this, but then we're not supporting the guys, right? Like, okay, like you said, we'll find other things to do. And to me, that's tough right now. Big shout out, upset Oklahoma up 21-17. So we'll find out what that is. Let me see. Liberty City Boy says, all our dogs are on the bench. Let the kids play. I would like to see, there's one kid in particular, V12, I would like to see more. That's Rashard Smith out of Palmetto. The young man that kind of had a breakout game with a little end around, plays a little running back, some slot receiver, different things like that. Would you like to see some more of the younger guys play? Well, Manny Diaz said they're playing, and he may not have much time on the clock. So, yeah, get him in. Let's get him in early. Let's start the young guys. Hey, sometimes you got to shake it up, coach, right? Bubba missing tackles. Let's sit him for a while, right? Because sometimes it's about a hunger thing, right? You blonde it out, you blonde it out. I mean, you're looking posing, but are you getting the job done? And the answer is no. So let's give some of these other guys a chance. And that may motivate some of the older players to say, you know what? I got this cat right behind me. Let me step my game up. Let me step my tackling up. So I want to see all the young players. Listen, we know that talent speaks volumes. I guess what? That's why Pope and Wiggins entered the transfer portal. Competition. Those young receivers, they're coming in and they put pressure on them. Coupled with the fact that they haven't been producing on the football field, those guys are pretty much now gone. And so it's the next man up. I want to see more with Restrepo. I think Restrepo is pretty sure-handed and weak. Where's he? He needs to be a slot guy. You know what I mean? And first down, we need to have with that safety valve. TVD needs a safety valve, and it can't always be Rambo. Put Restrepo in the position with some of these linebackers and strong safeties and get them out there. So we have people who can catch the ball. We have some talent. Let's get them on the football field.
You're 100% right. Right here, D-Lo 53 says Lashley is mentally lazy. I think he doesn't watch film. You know what's funny, and I'm not saying, D-Lo, this was you because I don't know what your stance was, but it's so funny how last year, he's not going to be here. He's the best thing ever. His play calling is bar none. Da-da-da-da-da. Boy, I'm telling you, boy, it's hard to be a Kane, boy. Hey, well, I'm trying to tell you, when even 365 days later, that dude need to go jump off a short plank, man. What they take a long walk off a short bridge or something? But I'm trying to tell you, y'all tough on him, man. But no, you're 100% right. And also, real quick, I want to say this part too. Hold on, caller. Give me 1 second. I want to say this part too, man, that do me a favor, caller. Turn your background down just a tad. What I want to say too is I want to see more Restrepo. I think he's a perfect person for the drag concepts. You see these all the time. We run no drag concepts. We know, and again, I understand why maybe we didn't run the drag because we had De'Aaron King, who was a little shorter. TVD can see those drags as they working across the field. You understand? And the O-line last week did a pretty good job blocking off pass-wise. But we don't run any drag concepts. We don't do everything we throw is sideline against the grain. Those are long, drawn-out throws. We do nothing where we get the ball in the guy's hand right now and let him work his magic. You know, Rooster, for example, a 2-yard pass, he takes it 55 yards. TVD got 55 yards passing. Rooster got 55-yard receiving from a 2-yard pass, man. Real quick, let me take this caller. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Hey, what's going on, Coach? This is Andre from Fort Lauderdale.
Andre, what's up, man? Talk to us, man. How you feel about this game today?
Man, it's a toss-up right now, but I mean, it can't get no worse than this, honestly. So I got faith, but yeah, it could go either way, but most likely the odds are stacked against us.
All right, so why do you think that is?
One, because North Carolina, they have an A1 defense. You've seen what they did to Clemson. And plus, like, they'll paper cut you to death with their offense. And so they play fundamentally sound football in general.
I like it. Like I said, they built off of their stuff last year, right? And we haven't. And I think that's the biggest issue that we're having with the Manny Diaz era, is that we're not building off of all the pieces we're getting. We're not building. You see other coaches with lesser talent doing more. Does that make sense what I'm saying? V12, anything?
Yes.
Yeah, no, he's right. I mean, they're a good team. Now, Clemson, we can put a lot of stock in Clemson right now because, you know, Syracuse gave them all they could handle last week. But Clemson is a good coach team. But, yeah, North Carolina, I mean, I think we match up well with them. But like I said, like in the beginning of the show, I think it's 50-50. It'll be closer than people think.
All right. Now, I appreciate you, man. Any last words you want to say?
Yeah. Two quick things. Like, I don't think we could line up with Clemson if we were to play today. And then number two, hey, Coach, were you out there at Norland with Coach Will?
Yeah, I was, man. Yeah, I was at Norland from 2000 to 2008. You talking about Coach Will Nellums?
Coach Will, the DB coach. He's coaching the DBs.
Yeah, Coach Will Nellums. Yeah, he passed away, man. But he's actually the one that got me. He helped me get this whole thing started with breaking down the WREs with Kamari Wilson. That's his nephew. And I chopped it up with Coach Will on doing this, and he gave me Kamari Wilson. That's how this whole thing started, man.
Hey, I had to bring his name up because it just hit me. It was about maybe a year since he passed. So I was like, man, I'm pretty sure you pretty much interacted with this man on the daily.
Yeah, I talked to him a lot. I know he was up in Virginia with the Emerge training and all of that stuff, man. But like I said, yeah, he was the one who actually got me, you know, gave me the prospects to start using and all that, man. And yeah, he just passed away suddenly, man. That was sad.
Hey, but on that note, hey, go Canes, and y'all be blessed as usual.
All right, appreciate it, man. Go Canes.
Likewise. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to Coach Will, man, in the building. You know, he passed away. Probably been about 8 months or so ago now at this point, man. But yeah, he actually helped Coach A get this thing started, man. Good friend. Had opportunity to coach his kids and everything else, man. But anyway, somebody had a thing about facts, man, to be our coach today. Somebody else says, let me see. Okay, here we go. D. Lewis says, Coach Hayes, give us your opinion on UM's next offensive coordinator, I guess, Jeff Lebby from Ole Miss. I tell you, I'm not getting into it. Not today. I want to talk about NC State. I will, and we're going to do a whole breakdown show on that stuff. But I know as soon as I answer that, it's going to turn into a Bash Manny session. And I want to talk about NC State. Really, that's what I really want to do today. A big shout out to my kindergarten pencil. Look how big this pencil is, bro. You know what I'm saying? I love this pencil, man. Get a lot done with it. But anyhow, real quick, man, we got 45 minutes left. Let's talk real quick. We're not going to be on here long. The game is at 7:30. We will come on live. The show is already up and posted. I know it says 11:55 p.m., but again, we don't know. You know, it rained every day in Miami. It's that time of year. May get a lightning. Who knows? But I have to put a time on there. But we're going immediately after the game. So as soon as the game is over, we'll pop on here within that 5 minutes after the game is over to come on, and we'll go from there. But real quick, man, V12, let's talk a little bit of predictions, man. If we don't get any more calls, then we'll go ahead and head on out. I just want to kind of talk about this. We got 135 in the chat.
Yeah, you know, I'm going with the Canes again today. They say when you're a fool in love. So I guess I love these Canes. They call me a fool. But and let me tell you why.
A fool in love.
We've played better. We've shown a lot of heart. We've shown a lot of fight. I think today is the day that Manny puts everything together. You know, they're clamoring about firing Manny. I know that's another show. But we need this win today. The fan base needs this win. The young men need this win. The coaching staff, the city of Miami needs this win. And so I think he plays the young guys early, and we get out of there by 3 points. So I'm gonna call it 33-30 Miami.
That's a good call. I like that call. I agree with you. I'm a fool in love too, boy. Every damn. He said, "Don't say that." V12 shaking my head. V12 really on that cane juice. Hey, that's our boy right there, D. Nah, D. I'm on that cane juice, baby. Hold up.
Hey, when you a fool.
Let me show y'all the detail. Y'all notice that U right there? That's the hurricane U. That ain't no regular U. On the backside, I got my hurricane. My coworkers made this for me at work, man. They said they got tired of seeing me with that red cup. But anyway,
shout out D.
He said, "Hey, try not to laugh." Yeah, I'm trying not to laugh, dog. I need predictions in the comment section. Help your boy out. Help your boy out. Everybody put their predictions in. I need predictions right now. Help your boy out. I need to be looking right now. Type it in real quick. I need that. But I'm gonna give it a few minutes while I
Hey, coach, what about what about now here's a thought. James Blake, the AD, he didn't quite back Manny. He kind of shied away when they said if they're gonna fire Manny, he gave him almost like a no vote of confidence, and you know he's like, we gonna see. That's not a glowing. That don't show confidence to me. What you think?
I think he's gone. I mean, he's gone. There's too much pressure out there right now. He's gone, right?
Okay.
It's just a fact of I think it's when he does it. So I think he's definitely gone. He knows that. Manny's been in this business 20 years. He know how it worked. He knew he was fired. He knew he was fired at Texas. But when that clock hit 0, he knew he was fired. He was just waiting for the man to tell him. You know what I mean? You can't be a defensive coordinator, give it up 500 some yards at the University of Texas. Because it's either Matt Brown going to answer for that, or Matt Brown going to make somebody answer for that. So he knew what the time was. But anyway, now that right there, I don't know how to say your name, brother, but you on some cane juice there, boy. I ain't gonna lie now. You definitely on some Kane juice. George, 850 Kane. Big shout out to George, man, who's in our fantasy draft too, man. Let him know how you like it. 38-31, North Carolina State. God, dog, I thought he said Miami. That's what happens when you don't read fast enough. I'm going. And here's the sad part. I'm filibustering. Am I saying it right? The sad part to say V12, I have not had to pay out one prediction this year so far. Not one have I had to pay out. Second is I picked up Mike Harley in my draft. So he better get it off today, dog. He better get it in today. So I picked up Mike Harley. I like this right here, Liberty City boy. 36-34 Canes. It stuck out. As soon as I saw it, I loved it. I like it. I'm going with Liberty City boy. There it is. 36-34. We win by 2. Even though we don't cover the spread, we win by 2. So you got 3 points. I got 2 points.
Let's go.
I'm scared.
Listen,
anyway, phone line open, guys. You got more than welcome.
The Stars got a line. You know, we got, like they said, we got to get one. Let's start today. 6-0.
Come on, Liberty City boy, get a man a shot, dog. The man said, man, he couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. Lord have mercy. Let me see. Right here, my man say, Dr. U said, I'm in Kane's gear, ready to cheer, but I have no faith. I got faith, dog. I got faith because I believe in the kids, right? And I call them kids, man, because like I said, I treat them like my kid. I believe in them. You understand? So with all that being said, I got faith in them. I don't have faith in that, but I got faith in them. They could go out there and make a play, man, and just take over and make it happen. But other than that, nobody else calling in. I know it's a little earlier in the game. Probably wasn't expecting it. All right, big shout out to George 850 Kane with the donation. $5 for picking up Harley. Thank you, man. Hey, for $5, I'll pick up the whole team. So hold up. Matter of fact, I'm going to go make some draft changes right now, 850 Kane. So guess what? Get that checkbook ready, man, and hit your boy up $5 a player. I'm just teasing, man. But anyway, I appreciate that. Let me give you a love, and we about to wrap this thing up. Hold on, 850. It's for you, man. All right. Other than that, man, I just shut the phone lines down. And we're going to find out predictions in V12. You say 33-30. I say because of Liberty City boy. And if I hit it, Liberty City boy, I may have something for you. I may have something for you, dog. 36-34. All right. So if we get 36-34, I'm in there, Liberty City boy. We'll check it out. Other than that, upset alerts are out there. We got to check and see. I think Oklahoma's starting to pull away, so it's no longer going to be maybe that upset, but we'll see. The producers say, George sent that pity super chat because of Harley. Man, hey, bro, it's all bad in the field. But anyway, with all that being said, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. V12, he'll be right here with us. I don't think he's going to have daddy duty because it's going to be late. A little niece and nephew going to be in that thing tucked in a slumber. Probably not this Saturday. They're going to be up kicking them, stepping on Legos.
Man, look, I'll be watching. You know what I mean? I may be sleep with them depending on what's going on. I'll be watching though.
Oh Lord. Well, let's get it going, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, man. Solo D gonna take us out. Big shout out to Alex Tabio, our sponsor for this show for this evening, man. Hit him up. Anything dealing with home financing, whether it is
turnover chain need to come out today too, man. Bring that chain out, man.
Man, we need that. We need that bad.
Yeah, bring that chain out.
Plenty, man. But anyway,
bring that chunk out, man.
That chunk. But let me get to Tabio, man. 305-205-1697. Anything dealing with home financing, make sure you check him out because he'll get it done anywhere in the state of Florida. Got great low rates. Trust me. Go check your boy out. Especially I'm looking at some rental properties, man. Coach about to get this thing going. About to be a guru around this deal, man. So anyway, with all that being said, I appreciate you. Solo D gonna go ahead and take us out, man, because I think there's some Canes over here. If I can find it. Hold up. There you go. See ya.
It's the Canes over here. Kang gang, 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 Kang gang. You see him in orange and green? That's Kang gang. You ready for Storm 18? That's Kang gang. Kang gang, 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 Kang gang. You see him in orange and green? That's Kang gang. You ready for Storm 18? That's Kang gang. That's Kang gang. Rep since a juvenile, I be where they throwing up using crowds. You know how that school get down, not taking no L's, we ain't losing now. Don't get it confused right now, I represent making these music sounds. They play me when they study in their dorm room, request me an Uber now. I be screaming Kang gang, across the world they be screaming out the same thing. We first to arrive and last to leave, we filling the sense of capacity. And no, I won't change while you asking me. Be throwing this youth to the casket deep, be all on the field like Sebastian B. Rockin' Kane's well, I'm a fashion freak. Look, I be staying live, I don't pipe down. Ass down life, it's a lifestyle. Ain't like the other schools, don't confuse us. We the only ones that really throw to you up. But Kane's fam turned up where you find me. Hit hard like I seen it go to Shanti. Try to reach a man D, they remind me that them Kane's right back in they prime. Screaming out, Kang gang, Kang gang, Kang gang, Kang gang, Kang gang, Kang gang, Kang gang. You see him in orange and green? That's Kang gang. You ready for Storm 18? That's Kang gang. Kang gang, 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 Kang gang. You see him in orange and green? That's Kang gang. You ready for Storm 18? That's Kang gang. That's Kang gang. That's Kang gang.
So low, so low, so low, deep. So low, so low, so low, deep.
CWA. Kang gang.